right, hi guys, it's Mr. C with your Saxon Math today. We're doing lesson 101. This is ratio problems involving totals, and we're going to be using ratio boxes. We've done this before, we've done ratio boxes, but we're specifically looking at ratio problems that involve totals. It's just one kind of problem, one concept today, not too tricky. All right, so we're going to start with this ratio problem. The ratio of boys to girl in a classroom was 5 to 4. If there were 27 students in the class, how many girls were there? Now notice how they set up this box. Ratio and actual count. You get that from reading the problem. You think, okay, the ratio of the boys, if there were, then how many were there? And we have to think, okay, how many were there? That's a total count. And so that's how we're going to set up our box. So we have ratio, total count, boys and girls. Now we start plugging in the numbers we have. Ratio of boys to girls is 5 to 4. And we know the total count, we're 27. So total 27. Now we can fill in the blanks. If we know there were 5 to 4, that's a total of 9. But then we're looking for two unknown numbers. So today we're looking at how we can solve for that. In a ratio column, we can add the ratio numbers for the boys and girls. That's how we got the 9. We just did that. Now, given 27, we put that down here. We use the row we want to complete and the row that is already complete. So the row that's already complete is this one. Total, 9, and 7. Now, what are we looking for? We're looking for the girls row. So how many total girls were there in this ratio? So we're just going to look at 4 is to G as 9 is to 27, or in other words, 4 over 9 equals G over 27. So now we just have a normal math problem. This is the kind of math we've been solving lately. So we can go 4 times G is, no, not that. We're going to cross multiply here. 9G and 4 times 27. Now 4 and 27, we see that there's a common factor here of 9. So we can divide by 9, that gives us 3. 4 times 3 equals 12. Now this is one of the harder problems, so you might have to go back a few lessons to review how to do this kind of cross multiplying. But if you don't want to do it that way, you can just do 4 times 27 equals 9 times G, get the total divided by 9, and you'll still get your 12, okay? So we're looking at this bottom row. We know that there are 12 girls. Now if there are 12 girls, we can add that in here. Then we know how many boys there are, because we can just subtract the 12 from the 27, and that gives us 15 for the boys. So the cool thing here, you'll notice that 5 over 12, that's an equivalent ratio to 5 over 4. So 12 divided by 4 is 3, 15 divided by 5 is 3. It's consistent. All right, let's try this again. So if the ratio of football players to band members on the football field was 2 to 5. So again, let's think. Ratio, that's going to be one of our columns. And then total count. And our ratio of football players to band members. So we're going to just say football and band. Football players was 2 to 5. And now we can look at total down here. And the total was 175. So now if we make this into a box, we see 2 to 5 gives us a total of 7. And the total was 175. Now it says, how many football players were on the field? So we're going to look at this row and this row. So we already have 2 and 7 equals unknown and 175. Okay? So we can just multiply like we did on the last one. 2 times 175, we can use our mental math on that. 75 plus 75 is 150. So that's going to be 150 plus our 100 times 2. So that'll be 350. So 350 equals 7 of, we'll call this football. 350, 35 is a multiple of 7. So we can take that off. and we're going to get, sorry, I should write this down. So 350 equals 7 football. Let's just divide that by 7 and divide by 7. That gives us football. 7 goes into 35 5 times. And so and there's no remainder, so we get 50. All right, so if we have 50 here, now we can subtract that from the total, 175 to get 125 is the band member. And then let's just look at it to see if it looks right. If it's a ratio of 2 to 5, is that about the same as 50 to 125? Yeah. So it checks out. Let's look at how they did it, because they always do it a little different from how I do it. All right, so here we have our ratio, our actual count, football players, band members, and total. So 257, we got that. FB 175, we got that. All right, and we're going to be looking at the football player row. So we look at 2 and F and 7 and 175. So we get 2 7s over F over 175. They cross multiplied 2 times 175 and 7. They took the ratio out. They still got F equals 50. Ka-ching, we got it. All right, and that's the whole thing. So let's practice that. Good luck. May the force be with you.